Morning. It's a little bit after 8, so a lot later start than I'm used to, but I only have 10.7 miles to go today, so I got time. I did not sleep that well last night. That was pretty uncomfortable. I want to say I don't think this is a slam on the tensor. The tensor is great. I don't feel the ground. It does its job of insulating me. I was warm. I'm not saying anything bad about the tensor. I think it's a great pad, and I think that's what I'm going to bring with me as my backup. And I've got reasons for that in a minute. But yeah, I think it's just more, the difference between a bed, a proper bed, a pad, and a hammock. Obviously, bed wins out, right? Bed is great. A pad is not a bed. You're limited to 25 inches of space, and I move around a lot in the night. Hammock, on the other hand, kind of keeps me in a space. I can move around as much as I want. I'm not going to come out of the zone. So, yeah, big surprise. I'm still a hammock guy. So I will say it was kind of cool. Like there's minimal setup and strike in the morning, but yeah, there's that. The reason that I'm picking the tensor to bring with me, I could take the tensor. Believe it or not, the tensor and the Z-Lite weigh just about the same. They're both about a pound. I could cut the Z-Lite, but one of the things I was thinking is if I cut the Z-Lite and I need to sleep on the ground, or I need to sleep in a shelter, which is, just plywood, my feet, especially, that bony, parts around your ankle, yeah, that's not going to feel good. So I would shave off a little bit of space, a little bit of weight, be less comfortable, and then with the cut, even less comfortable. Yeah, it just doesn't seem worth it to me. So I'll bring the tensor with me. So last night it got down to 4.5 degrees Celsius, which is about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So I was comfortable as far as that's concerned. So all of that stuff worked. So yeah, 10.7 miles. I said 10.3 last night. It's 10.7 to where I'm at. I've had breakfast. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm just about packed up. I've got enough water for this leg of the trip, and yeah, check in with you later. So on my way out, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the Manassas Gap shelter. Again, this is my first time staying in a shelter. I've gone in them before, done some stretching and stuff. I don't know if this is normal, but I bumped my head on that beam there a bunch of times. So I'd say overall, it's a pretty frustrating stay in here for me. I'm grateful. I am grateful, but I also am allowed to be a bit frustrated, yeah? So this is what it looks like around here. That's the path that leads to the privy. There are no tent sites down there. No campsites. A lot of vines, underbrush, dead or dying trees. There is the path to the spring. There's a pipe spring down there. It's a great spring. Somebody did pull a bunch of firewood, but I realized when I started trying to make a fire last night that it was all green. So that was unfortunate. So let's go down this way. More of the same. So I did a quick look around last night. I didn't see anything. I did see one site on the way in, and it didn't look like it was great for a hang. There's the bear pole. So here's a tent site. You know what? This is potential, but yeah, This is dead. So I wouldn't want to do that. But that's a potential tent site. I mean, if you're willing to sleep next to a big dead tree. And then here's this site up here. Again, dead tree, dead tree. I don't know about that one. I mean, I guess it's up to you. I'm really weary of dead trees. Yeah, so there's that. That's the Manassas Gap shelter. So this place is amazing, absolutely amazing. They've got horseshoes, they've got a solar shower. Yeah, this place is pretty cool. I'm gonna stop here for a minute, have a snack, drink some water, and work on my knee. Yeah, this is the Jim and Molly Denton shelter. So this privy is pretty standard, moldering. But here's the weird thing. This upper part is only open from the outside. So if somebody's dropping a deuce, you could just come by and say hello. Anyway, there's that. I don't know if you can hear this, but that's a swarm right there. Pretty awesome. Now, I don't know if they're honeybees or not. I can't tell from here. Honestly, I don't think I'd be able to tell if that was closer. But that's pretty awesome. So, just thinking about it, I don't know if that was a swarm necessarily, or a hive, or maybe a new hive, but there was definitely some activity there. It was funny, I was walking by that tree and I could just hear the buzzing, and so I decided to take a look around. I'm all about that kind of stuff, yeah. That concludes day 12 and the total Appalachian Trail pregame. So this trip, days 10, 11, and 12, were a total of 33.9 miles. That and the 143 that I did before has us knocking out 176.9 miles. So yeah, the first 9 days I did it, and I took a look at the average, and it was just shy of 16 miles an hour. I think it was 15.88 or something like that, which is about where I want to be. Factoring in these 3 days, which there's some outliers in there, it brings my average down to 14.7, I think. Yeah, that last section wasn't very well marked in spots, and there were some private residences up there where it looked like people had made their own trails down to the Appalachian Trail so they could go hike. And there was one section in particular where I was looking around for a blaze to make sure that I was on the right path. Anyway, shout out to Fez for, all your help, and Bubby for all of your help and love and support. And shout out to Pooh Bear. I got to shout out Pooh Bear. I love you. All right. See you guys soon.